Hey, welcome back to World Building with DMDave. If you recall in our last episode, I had started randomly building a dungeon that was hidden beneath a farmhouse using both Dungeondraft's random generator as well as the Appendix A of the Dungeon Master's Guide, basically building out a stronghold for some aliens that once lived here. So far I've built out a library and a dining room. I'm going to continue this trend by following our left wall. I'm going to go ahead and give this a door here. I think just a basic door like that. Left wall continues to go this way into kind of this room here. Before I cut off these walls, I'm going to see exactly what kind of room this is supposed to be. So again, I'm going to go to my dice roller app and roll a couple d10s to see what I get. That's a 50. It's going to be a guard room. Okay, so I think guard room should probably have a lot of access, or easy access. Should be relatively big. Probably even double it as a barracks. I know that they've got barracks on here, but either way, this is kind of where the guards hang out and chill, and we'll give them lots of access. So I'm going to go to my wall tool and start cutting off some of these areas here to make it nice and clean. And here you can see kind of what I've done. And we'll go ahead and do this as well. Let's give them some doors. I think just through these hallways is fine. A guard room, probably just a couple of round tables for them to sit at. Maybe even a bunk or something like that. Remember, these are going to be neutral good aliens that lived in this place. Maybe even celestials, which are out like, outsiders or something like that, who are visiting for whatever reason. And some magical catastrophe, if you remember, ended up killing them all. So let's grab our object tool. Let's find some round tables. We got some big ones here. You can even do one with color if I want, and put in the our main color theme. It's as big as the round ones get, eh? Not very big, huh? All right, and let's get some. We'll get some more broken chairs. Actually, we can probably get a broken table as well. So let's get rid of this one. Go back to our objects, and we'll put in. Here's one of the tables is broken. And then some broken chairs lying around in here. Alright, so there's our guard room. Maybe we could put a weapon rack in here too. We'll put a weapon rack. There we go. I think there's also... Yeah. Alright, cool. So there's our busted up guard room. Alright, so we were following the left wall. We've gone out, now we've gone through here into sort of a hallway, which leads us eventually to this larger room up here. Let's see what that's supposed to be real quick. $46. It's another guard room. Okay. So these are where all the guards are hanging out, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, guard rooms seem to take up a big chunk of it. Let's, I'm actually going to go to our scatter tool. We're going to go to broken, and I'm going to grab a bunch of broken furniture just to kind of do this all at once. Make sure my shadow's back on, and we're going to replace all this stuff around here. Okay, and I'm also going to section off these walls. So they had a lot of guards, so they must have been guarding something pretty important, right? Throw in some of these here. Let's grab this, and there we go. And I might put a secret door behind there. We'll see. Near the entrance. Okay. Cool. I only got 2 more rooms down here, so let's go ahead and do both of these rooms to see what they're supposed to be. We will do this guy first. It's another D100 roll. 65 is a pantry, including a cellar for wine or spirits. Interesting. I should put a kitchen nearby too. So that makes sense with all the tables and stuff there. So normally I'd let the dice roll it, but with a big pantry, let's make our pantry kind of small, actually. And we'll do like this. I'm going to grab my wall tool, if it'll work. Okay, let's try this again. Wall tool. There we go. Alright, and this will end up being kind of our kitchen slash pantry. I'll give it a simple door. And then let's get let's see what kitchen comes up with in our search. Apparently it comes with a jug. I hope it's a jug and not a bedpan. Let's see, what about cook? Okay, cook comes up with a little bit more cool stuff. Here's an oven. And remember we had a banquet room that was over there. It's a little bit far from the banquet room. That's okay. Maybe it's just a meeting room. You can always change this. This is really just to help us kind of get the idea of what we want to put on there. Here's a little put a little pan here. These are some giant pans compared to the rest of the stuff, huh? We can shrink it just by hitting our bracket keys. I'm going to turn off the snap, rotate it, and we'll have this sitting here. Probably need a prep table of some sort, so let's go back and get one of our big tables. Make sure we get the size back up to normal. Turn snap on. There we are. And we'll put let's get a cabinet too. I think I have to call it a table. Alright, yeah, there we go. Doesn't really fit too comfortable in there, eh? These kind of works. We can put a little big. That's okay. We'll just shrink it down. There's some extra tables for people to work with. Okay, I think that looks cool. Alright, so there's our kitchen. We got a pantry. Let's throw in some shelves in there. Getting back up the size. Turn off snap because they go to the middle for whatever reason. Get some barrels too. Maybe not a barrel that big. Here we go. Alright, cool. Looks like a kitchen. Maybe a knife. That's it. And then I'm done. Giant knife again. Alright, cool. Turn off my shadow. Okay, so there's our kitchen. Let's go ahead and seal it off with the doors real quick. Turn snap back on. Beep, bop, boop. Beep, bop, boop. Beep, bop, boop. Doors. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, cool. Let's scroll out. So you can see it's coming together pretty quick, and we've done all this with the random dungeon editor. Make sure to save frequently. Dungeondraft is a tricky bird and can crash on you. Okay, so we've got our guard rooms with a kitchen for the guards. We need to figure out what this big room is here. I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna roll, but if it's not a barracks, unless it's a barracks or something like that makes sense, I'm probably just gonna make it a barracks. 15. It's barracks. Okay. Barracks are going to be pretty easy. We're just going to take some bunk beds and some foot lockers and let's see, bed. Bunks we can just make using these and put a ladder at the end of them. Make sure we get back up to size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll put some tables around there. Let's get some chests for foot lockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll put privies in here too. It's good to have a place to poop in a dungeon. There you go. Privies are just basically an ancient toilet if you don't know what it is. If I could find it. There you go. We'll make them stone. The architects of this place were clearly thinking about it. Of a dual couples privy, if you will. I don't judge. Get some empty space in here, so we'll put in some more of our tables. Some of these purple deals here I think will be just fine. And then maybe some non-broken chairs. Let's make sure we get them under. Boop. Cool. All right. So we've got that section all done. Let's go back up here. We got another potentially large room up here with some various passages. You're always free to divide up areas too, but let's see what we get on our rolls next to figure out what we got to build. All right, 83 is storage for mundane goods and supplies. Okay. Let's see here. I'll turn snap back on. So we got a storage room right here. I think just something. I don't want to heat. That's a little bit big for a storage room. Let me do this. We'll section it off like this, and we'll make this into our storage room. And again, that's just going to be our scatter tool. Let's do crates. I'm going to do our let's see here. Alright, so I've grabbed sacks and various crates. I'm just going to randomly place them all around. Let me turn snap off again. I thought I grabbed crates, but apparently not. We'll leave this open for the door. Alright, cool. So there's our storage room. Let's go ahead and give it a door. And I'm going to finish up with this edition of my world building with DMDave. But I hope this has been pretty informative for you so far. We've come a long way. We built a random dungeon. We figured out that it was owned by some neutral good aliens from outer space. Let me put in another couple doors down here. But yeah, I mean, we've really made some pretty cool strides, all just using random rolls to dream up the dungeon, not really overthinking it too much. You know, the random designs have been drawn by Dungeondraft. In fact, let's go ahead and turn off this. So now we got, it's nice, that. Still got some rooms to fill, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video, but the next time we're going to finish up filling up the rest of these, and then we should be done. All we need to do is create an adventure to go in it. Anyways, thanks a lot. I hope this has been informative. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out at patreon.com/DMDave, and I'll see you later. Peace.